Welcome to another week of the Pantry Challenge. I cook for me and my husband, and we run a farm, so we're not here in the middle of the day. Typically, I only film dinner, sometimes breakfast, but usually for lunch we have snacks or leftovers, so it's not too exciting. I hope you enjoyed this week's challenge. We're sticking with the cube steak again, and I'm gonna make Swiss steak. I think I'm gonna make rice with it and some green beans, or we have salad waiting to eat through, so salad might be a better option. I just put this on medium heat. That's probably 3, somewhere around that. 1/3 cup of flour. Seasoned salt. Both sides. And then dredge in flour. Shaky. And then, oh, that's not hot yet. Oh crap. Oh well, it's gonna have to sit in it. Okay, it's hot enough now. And then until it's golden brown for 4 minutes. They look golden on both sides. I'm going to set them aside on a plate and make the rest. Oh, the crust fell off. Two cups of beef broth. That's the sediment. Brown gravy packet, which is 2 tablespoons. We just have this McCormick one. And I will whisk that in. Then a can of diced tomatoes with the juice. And that is it. And then add the steaks back in, bring to a boil. Reduce heat to simmer and cover for an hour to an hour and a half till meat is tender. It's boiling. Okay, now reduce heat to a simmer. Cover and cook for an hour to an hour and a half. Here it is. We had it twice, and we had it with salad this time. I felt like making a potato sausage bake this morning, so I did it. This is homegrown pork sausage from our Idaho pasture pigs. The original recipe didn't say to par cook the potatoes before you bake them, but every time I've done it without par cooking them, they're crunchy. So I just do that, cook them till, I don't know, a few minutes. I really like green chilies in this. During hatch chili season, we roast them on the grill and save them in these vacuum sealed bags. But you can use a can of green chilies. You're going to layer these potatoes in a 9x13 casserole dish, so I like to do them lengthways so you don't have to move as many around. If you've used a mandolin before, you're probably cringing at me using my bare hand. I have cut the crap out of my hand before, but I just don't learn my lesson. I can proudly say I did not cut my hand this time. It's angry blonde. The recipe calls for cream of mushroom soup, but I happen to have cream of poblano. My sister sent me cream of poblano and cream of jalapeno soup. They sell them at H-E-B, and we don't have an H-E-B, so she sent those to me. And you need half of a chopped onion. This is last year's onions that I just chop and put in the freezer. Then you'll need 3/4 of a cup of milk, salt, pepper, and a cup of cheese. I ended up cooking the potatoes for about 6 minutes, just until they're tender, not crumbling apart. It's not that frozen. Okay, that's about half browned, so I'm going to throw the onions in. Once your other ingredients are done, you line the bottom of it with a potato layer, and then put your meat mix with everything else in it, and then another potato layer, and then cheese on the top. Some of the hatch chilies that we preserved were from the $2 clearance section, and they weren't marked. Clearly these were hot, and by even my standards, they were nuclear hot. So I told my husband, just don't even bother trying it. It was too hot for him. The recipe says half a teaspoon of salt and 1/4 teaspoon of pepper, but I love pepper, so I put more in it. After I drained the grease from the pork, I put it in the mix as well. Apparently I took a really long time doing it too. But eventually I got it all in, stirred it together, and I'm using half of it to go on this first layer of potatoes, and then I layer the next layer, and then cheese. Oh, and I guess I put a layer of cheese in between, so you can do that if you want. Then that goes in the oven at 350 for an hour. This was delish, but really spicy, so watch your spice levels. This is, what is this again? Chicken tortilla soup. Starting off with drowning flauta base. I'm going to use 2 of these. Don't know how much this is. I freeze these in muffin tins, so it's probably like half a cup. And I'll link the video to where I made this soup. Okay. Rotel. Oh, I need heat on to make it hot. Can of Rotel. Yeah, I'm gonna let that heat up. This is my chicken. I pulled from a chicken we were using for chicken broth, so I'm defrosting that. And then we made this zesty corn from the recipe ball, I think. Can't remember. I can link the video that I canned this in. It was in the preservation challenge. But it's a lot of vinegar, so I'm gonna rinse off the vinegar. Add corn, zesty corn, and then I'm going to drain black beans. my frijoles. And then add some 4 cups of broth. Chicken broth. This is actually turkey broth, but who cares? And then 2 tablespoons of taco seasoning, which is a packet. I need to make more. And then my chicken, and we're pretty much done. Just let it come together. Oh no. Oh man. Oh man. I just splashed myself.
Oh man. Oh man.
That'll continue to thaw as it sits here. If you remember to get cilantro out of the garden, it would taste really good in this. And then later we crunched up some tortilla chips on it. Well, some dummy was reorganizing where these were and left them out in the garage, so that dummy was me. Luckily it was cold, so we could save it. We're having backstrap tonight. To be clear, I have all of the freezers organized the way I want them, and the venison is in a certain spot, and Derek put it in the wrong one, so I took it out, and then I left it out, because I'm an idiot. Can you show me what the label is out in that one? Okay. Holy cow. Meat church. What does the meat church guy say after you put the seasoning on?
No, to let it work like it sweats.
Okay, let it sweat. Which means leave the seasoning on there till it starts to glisten and bring out some of the juices. This is our cheaper version of a Traeger. So we're smoking this. Okay, and taters. Let's see which is older, 8 or 6. That's. Do you want brown sugar carrots or you want salt and pepper carrots? Okay, that's easier. Oh, the dog hair. I don't know why I sniffed it. Smells good though. And I'm gonna make mashed taters because that's what Derek wanted. This was my first year canning potatoes. If you have made mashed potatoes with this and it tastes good, let me know. But I don't know if it was the half and half I used or the canned potatoes, but I didn't like the mashed potatoes made from these potatoes. I did put some salt in these carrots, so I'm not going to get too much. And I'll use a controlled pepper this time. Okay, let's turn that on medium. That's it for the carrots. The taters weren't quite as soft as I want them, so I just put them on the heat in the liquid they were in. So we'll just heat those up and see if they get mushier. He smoked these in a 300-degree smoker for 30 minutes. Internally, they were 140 degrees. They were about medium. This is what's left of my fall harvest from my own lemon trees, and I don't want it to go to waste. So I'm at least gonna do some, but I'm also gonna make lemon crinkle cookies. So they're starting to get a little mushy. I've made lemon poppy seed muffins, and I've made lemon bars, and I'm gonna make some cookies. Every last drop. That's working. Hopefully y'all can't hear a football game in the background. Okay, I'll be back when I'm done. A little over half a cup. And here's the zest. About 2 tablespoons. No. I'm gonna need more zest, so I'm gonna use these grocery store ones, just 2 of them. We have them, we don't have plans for them, so they need to be used. It's so much easier to zest when you have not so old lemons. By the way, if y'all did not notice, we have every spice known to man, because my husband likes to collect them. And we ran out of paprika the other day. We've got smoked. Oh! Sweet smoked. Oh! And hot smoked paprika. So, it's okay that we ran out. Got all my ingredients out. This is for the dry stuff. So 2 1/3 cup of all-purpose flour. 3/4 teaspoon of baking powder. 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. 1/4 teaspoon of ground turmeric. I imagine this is just for the color. Oh, 1/2 teaspoon of kosher salt, excuse me. We're just gonna whisk it. Alright, so 3/4 cup of sugar. 2 tablespoons of lemon zest, or all that you have. That's probably good. And the directions say to rub it between your fingers to release the oils in the lemon. I don't know, like this. I'm just gonna do that. Now we add 1/2 cup of unsalted butter, and you beat on medium speed for 3 to 4 minutes until it's fluffy. Fluffy. Okay, now add an egg and an egg yolk. So I already separated one. 1/4 cup of lemon juice. Okay, 1 1/2 teaspoons of vanilla, and don't worry, we have more vanilla. That's probably good. Yeah, more to throw on. rated about 30 seconds, but I'm going to scrape down the bottom. Now we add the flour in batches. Then I need to cover this and let it chill for at least an hour. Oh, I'm going to put it back in this bowl because it has a lid. Okay, this sat overnight in the fridge. Oh. The oven just beeped at 350, so it's preheated. I'm going to take that, roll it, and roll in powdered sugar. Put that on the oh my, what is it so spicy for? Okay. Oh no. Nothing. Oh.
Apparently that dude in
It smells good. You want them to be a little bit brown on the bottom, and they were delish. What temperature is this on? 7. Medium high. Oh wait, show how fancy it is. This is Clover Valley corned beef. This is some high quality stuff. Ancient technology. Looks exactly like dog food, but it is good. Dog food. I actually do want to can my own corned beef. Dog food. We've also got some rice going. Jasmine?
yeah, cow roast.
Cow rose rice. It's sticky white rice. This is that zesty corn again. It is a little too zesty for us, so we're gonna drain and rinse. There it goes. Derek spent 2 years in Samoa when he was younger, and they had this a lot, so that's where he got this from and acquired a taste for it. Oh, but it gets better. Ketchup. Doesn't that sounds about how it looks. Ah, beautiful. Tonight, we're making sketty. And I'm using this because the stuff I canned, A, it's gone, but B, it wasn't very good. So if you know of a good recipe for canned sketty sauce, leave it in the comments below. We need to use up beef, so we're using beef. And if you don't know how to make sketty, I'm not sure there's much help for you. It does help when you're browning meat that you actually turn the burner on. Typically it won't cook without it on. I'm using dried noodles. container. That's probably good. Then easy as that. One thing I can use is dried basil because it's all dead in the garden, so I'm going to be using this. You might notice Derek's crawfish etouffee over there. He's taking that to watch the Cowboys lose tomorrow because he tailgates with a bunch of guys at the Cowboy games. So I also have some fancy garlic bread, and it has to be like 425 degrees, so I'm just using this little oven. And I'm feeling the carby carbs today, so we're doing 2 slices each. Fancy. This is actually an air fryer too. I just wanted a bigger air fryer. Okay. We're needing to use up because it's a couple of years old and we have a lot of stock. You can see they love it. How is it, Walker? The tail says it's good. Okay, keep eating. Just something to use up some broth if you have too much. I'm gonna make a soup that I think that I liked from Carrabba's. I've been there twice in my life. It was about 10 and 15 years ago or something like that. And that's what I'm gonna make, a copycat Italian wedding soup from Carrabba's. The recipe calls for spinach, but my spinach is just barely germinated and is about this big. In the meantime, I have plenty of Swiss chard. I blanched it and then tried to dry it as best as I could and then froze it. 3 medium carrots and 4 sticks of celery. We have these onions in the vegetable keeper over there. We've had them for a while, so they need to get used up too. 1 tablespoon of garlic. There's 3 teaspoons in a tablespoon, and about a teaspoon of minced garlic is a clove. Let's do that. I'm saying that's a tablespoon. I'm putting this on medium high, and I'm going to get a tablespoon of butter to put in there. Tablespoon. You know, I don't think that's enough butter. I really don't. I may add some more. This recipe didn't even tell me when to add the spinach, so it's somebody who forgot some stuff. And now we need 4.5 cups of chicken stock. 2 cups. 4 cups. 5.5. Now I have to bring this to a boil and boil it for 15 minutes and then put it back to a simmer. While I do that, I'll be working on the meatballs. This recipe also calls for 1 tablespoon of pepper, but it never tells you when to put it in, so I'm I'm gonna round about a tablespoon. Yep, that looks good. And now we make the meatballs. 1 pound ground turkey. It said you can use ground beef, but this is just switching it up a little bit. And then 2 eggs. Okay, that cracked weird. And then it says half a cup of Italian breadcrumbs. Well, we don't have Italian, but we do have Italian seasoning. So I'm gonna make it in there. It says half a cup, but I know how to make meatballs, and it's just kind of till you need it. So I'm just probably around 1.5 teaspoons. That's probably good. I'm gonna try to keep this hand out so I can add more breadcrumbs if I need it. And put that on medium high, and then I'm gonna cook my balls. I'm gonna put a little bit of olive oil in here and then get my balls. You're supposed to cook the outside of the balls and not all the way through because it cooks in the soup, but we'll see how easily these scoot around. Oh, come on. I was complaining the whole time of flipping thousands of tiny little balls. This was annoying. Most of my balls are as cooked as they're gonna be, and I put them in here. And then, oh, that's hot. This is supposed to be brought to a boil again for 15 minutes, and then you simmer it for an hour. So that's all the exciting things that are happening. I added the Swiss chard in probably the last 10 minutes and brought that up to temperature. The meatballs were supposed to have Parmesan cheese in them, but we didn't have any, so I used mozzarella cheese over the top. This was kind of bland, but it was okay. I think I speak for all of us doing this challenge that it takes an incredible amount of time to film and edit these videos. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share, subscribe, all the goods. It really helps our channels to grow. My biggest passion is my farm. I upload videos on Sundays about the farm, so if you go check those out, I think you'd enjoy it. Thanks for watching and have a good one. If you like this video, feel free to subscribe. I upload most Sundays and you can keep watching us grow our farm. Have a good one.